Aizawa Azusa accidentally works herself to death at 27 years old. A sympathetic goddess reincarnates her as an immortal witch in a new world. Azusa is determined to live a peaceful life, building a farm in the mountains and hunting slimes every day to pass the time. 300 years pass and she becomes known as the Witch of the Highlands due to her medicinal knowledge. On a whim, she has the Adventurers Guild measure her powers and finds the experience of killing multiple slimes every day for 300 years is equal to defeating 4,380 dragons, and she is now the strongest adventurer in the entire world. Soon her carefree life is repeatedly interrupted by challengers, including Leica, a legendary dragon, who challenges her and is defeated, though accidentally destroys Azusa's house. Leica returns in the form of a young girl, hands over her treasure hoard to repair Azusa's home, and asks to become Azusa's pupil. Hoping it may make her life easier in the long run, Azusa accepts Leica as her pupil maid, deciding to show her that a little daily effort can go a long way, starting with building them a bigger house to live in. Azusa is watched by a girl who swears revenge. Leica reveals attacks by villains and monsters are likely to increase now people know Azusa is strong, so they place a magic barrier around Flata village. A child, Falfa, claims her sister, Shalsha, is trying to kill Azusa, and that Azusa is their mother. Azusa learns the sisters are actually 50-year-old slime spirits formed from the souls of every slime Azusa has killed, and while Falfa considers Azusa their mother, Shalsha wants revenge for the slimes. Azusa's magic is useless as Shalsha reveals she trained for 50 years to perfect her Smite Evil spell against Azusa. Leica protects Azusa and easily defeats Shalsha. Falfa explains that because Shalsha only trained Smite Evil to defeat Azusa, she is defenseless against everything else, and that Shalsha won't be able to use it again for at least another 50 years. Forced to give up her grudge, Shalsha decides to live happily. Azusa decides to become their mother and invites them to live with her. Shalsha agrees Azusa can keep killing slimes, but only the white ones which are evil. Azusa decides a life with a dragon pupil and slime daughters can be peaceful too. Halkara, an elf girl, appears at Azusa's home seeking help against the demon Beelzebub. She explains she created Nutri-Spirit, an energy drink, but it made Beelzebub ill, so she fled to avoid punishment. Azusa agrees to take Halkara as her student and puts a barrier around her house. While gathering mushrooms, Halkara carelessly eats one that has aphrodisiac effect and tries to seduce Azusa, who punishes her. Azusa realizes Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies, has been in the house disguised as a housefly the whole time. Azusa challenges her to a duel, during which Beelzebub flies into the barrier and passes out from shock. Azusa helps her recover, during which Beelzebub explains the Nutri-Spirit didn't make her sick. It actually gave her the energy to work all night, but then she overworked and made herself sick. Beelzebub actually wants more Nutri-Spirit. Azusa punishes Halkara for wasting her time. Halkara decides to move her Nutri-Spirit factory to Flata to keep living with Azusa. Beelzebub agrees to visit again to settle her duel against Azusa in a friendly manner, and to visit Falfa and Shalsha. Azusa decides she can handle her new family growing even larger, until Leica suddenly announced she is returning to her own home. Leica clarifies she is only leaving temporarily to attend her older sister Layla's wedding, and they are all invited. Leica flies them to Mount Rocco, the volcanic home of the Red Dragons. Dragons from the enemy Blue Dragon clan crash the party led by Flator, a notorious bully who is jealous Leica's sister is getting married before her, and so will use their ice breath to completely freeze Mount Rocco. Azusa decides not to interfere in an inter-clan issue, but when a dragon endangers her daughter, she defeats the Blue Dragons and forces Flator to flee the wedding. At Mount Rocco's village, Azusa finds Beelzebub, there for a hot spring vacation, draining the rest of the Blue Dragon's magic. Leica forces the captured Flator to assume her human form and pay for the damages. Azusa also forces her to sign a peace treaty so she can never attack the Red Dragons again. At the wedding, Flator begrudgingly wishes Layla well as a married woman. Leica asks Azusa if she can treat her as a sister now her own sister is married. Azusa is happy Leica is now her younger sister, Beelzebub her older sister, and Halkara her troublesome apprentice. Halkara's new factory has a ghost, so she has been unable to hire workers. Azusa summons Beelzebub to help as she is scared of ghosts. Beelzebub forces the ghost to make itself visible, revealing she is a teenage girl called Rosalie who committed suicide centuries ago when her selfish parents sold her to be married to a cruel man. The factory used to be her family home, and as a ghost she is trapped in the place she died. Beelzebub reveals if she possesses a human to travel outside the building she will be freed, so Azusa offers Halkara as a convenient vessel, thrilling Rosalie. At Azusa's home, Rosalie realizes she is stuck in Halkara's body, which Beelzebub explains could kill Halkara before long. Attempting to remove Rosalie proves difficult as she can't be shaken out, exercised out or even scared out. Hoping putting Rosalie to sleep will help they get her drunk, allowing Halkara to regain her body. Then Rosalie is sobered up by dunking Halkara in freezing water, causing Rosalie to jump out of Halkara's body. Revealing she can use magic, Rosalie dispels the rumors about ghosts by making herself useful to the villagers, allowing Halkara to begin hiring workers. Beelzebub announces Azusa will receive the Demon Medal of Honor for ending the war between the dragon clans, meaning they must visit the demon realm. Rosalie worries she won't be able to wear a nice dress since ghosts are permanently stuck in the outfit they died in. Since no spell exists to change a ghost's appearance, Azusa decides to create the spell herself and manages to successfully change Rosalie into a dress. Beelzebub arrives with a giant flying whale demon named Fatla to transport them to the demon realm. Fatla is so large she carries a luxury hotel on her back run by her sister Vania. After spending the night, they arrive at the demon capital city Vanzald to meet the Demon King. The Demon King turns out to be a little girl, Pravat Pecora Alieres, who is a fan of Azusa and of Halkara's Nutri-Spirit drink. Halkara, not initially realizing Pravat is Demon King, makes several rude remarks and has to grovel for forgiveness. Pravat finds her funny and forgives her, only for Halkara to headbutt her while rising from her groveling position. With Pravat unconscious, Halkara is arrested for attacking demon royalty and sentenced to death. Azusa hatches a plan to wake Pravat using a foul-tasting potion. Pravat wakes up and accuses Azusa of trying to poison her, then challenges her to a duel. Azusa destroys Pravat's sword, so Pravat agrees to spare Halkara, but then admits she has been seeking someone stronger than her and declares Azusa is her big sister. Forced to agree, Azusa pretends to be a domineering big sister and forces Pravat to free Halkara. Pecora admits she has a submission complex and wants Azusa to boss her around. At the Medal of Honor ceremony, Pecora gives medals to Azusa and to Leica and Flatter to celebrate the end of the Dragon War. She also forces Flatter to let Azusa touch her horns as a sign of peace. Flatter reveals Azusa touching her horns means Azusa is now her master, so she must serve Azusa forever or commit suicide. Azusa realizes Pecora manipulated her into having to take Flatort home with her, so she orders Flatort to think and act for herself, freeing Flatort from servitude through a loophole. Flatort decides to live with her anyway and starts calling Azusa Mama, leading to sibling rivalry with Leica. Leica and Flatort bicker constantly. Falfa and Shalsha believe they are grumpy from not having eaten fresh meat. Natalie from the guild brings news of a boar infestation, delighting Leica and Flatort. After killing the boars, Beelzebub and Fatla arrive and organize a feast of boar meat. Leica and Flatort admit they were bickering over taking turns sleeping next to Azusa, so Azusa lets them both sleep in her bed. Azusa realizes someone has been impersonating her. While gathering information, they stumble into a pub that specializes in serving masochists, and the owner offers to identify fake Azusa if they spend time abusing her customers, which Azusa and Leica discover they have a talent for. The fake is an old woman who tries to flee but is caught and transforms into a young witch named Ino. Ino explains she is a medicine maker and wants to be famous, but at the same time doesn't want too many people to recognize her. Azusa suggests she sell her medicines, but in character as an idol girl, so she will be both famous and completely anonymous. Her medicine proves to be so popular she asks Azusa's advice on expanding her business, and Halkara even considers making her a business partner at her factory. Falfa somehow turns into a slime and can't turn back. Beelzebub suggests they ask Intelligent Slime, who lives in Pecora's castle. Intelligent Slime does not know but points them to Magician Slime atop a nearby mountain. Magician Slime explains she was a slime but used transformation magic to become human. She instantly diagnoses that Falfa is in her sleep form, meaning she must have pulled a muscle in her sleep, making it too difficult to maintain a human form. As she did this on instinct, she must learn how to transform back and suggests asking Fighter Slime, who gained her human form by studying martial arts. They locate Fighter Slime at a fighting tournament which Azusa and Beelzebub both enter. Beelzebub defeats Fighter Slime, who helps Falfa turn back to human. Beelzebub demands Azusa fight her in the final to settle their old duel. Azusa refuses to lose while her daughters are watching and defeats Beelzebub again. Beelzebub later points out that, having won the tournament, Azusa's fame will spread further and cause her even more problems. Fighter Slime asks to become Azusa's student, but is defeated when she senses from Azusa aura how many slimes she has killed, so she becomes the student of the reluctant Beelzebub instead. Skifanoia, a rabbit girl musician, visits Flata village, but her death music doesn't impress the villagers. She passes out from hunger, so Azusa takes her home, where she reveals her real name is Cuckoo. She has been failing as a musician for 63 years and is now considering getting a real job. Azusa advises she continue if it makes her happy. Flatort, a music fan, points out death music isn't popular anymore, plus Cuckoo isn't that talented. Azusa suggests changing her style and asks everyone to think of new lyrics. Leica sings about devotion to Azusa, Halkara a song promoting her Nutri drink, Thalfa and Shalsha sing about grasshoppers, and Rosalie sings about the depression of being dead. Cuckoo decides to abandon her Schiphanoia persona and write a song inspired by Azusa and her family. Beelzebub arrives, hears Cuckoo's new song, and demands she perform at the Demon Music Festival. Cuckoo suffers stage fright at the thought of such a large audience, but is helped through it by Flatward, performing her song Thank You to massive applause. Her breakout performance leads to hundreds of offers to play at other concerts. Cuckoo thanks everyone for believing in her, especially Flatward, who tells her to keep playing whatever style makes her happy, no matter what. Halkara accidentally feeds Azusa a magical mushroom, turning Azusa into a child. Azusa is annoyed, but Leica and Flatward are delighted. Azusa summons Beelzebub, who is unable to resist her cuteness but agrees to take her to Pecora, who is also smitten with Azusa's cuteness, but directs her to a dungeon within a giant world tree where an alchemist lives. Azusa expects a dangerous journey, but finds the tree has been turned into a 108-floor tourist attraction where the higher they travel, the more money the tickets cost. Navigating the tourist traps takes time, and they stay overnight in a hot spring on floor 38, then the next night on floor 84. Reaching floor 108, the alchemist, a young girl, gives her the cure pills made by Ino. Ino arrives and is surprised Azusa climbed the tree when wyverns could have flown her to the top, plus the medicine is available in Ino's shop close to Azusa's home. Azusa returns to Pecora's castle and takes the pills, but forgets to change clothes first, so when she grows her clothes tear and leave her naked, to Pecora's delight. Tired and dirty, Azusa insists everyone bathe together, including Pecora, who asks if she can grope Azusa's adult breasts, chasing her around the bathroom. The group visits Flata, which is preparing for the dance festival, a 2-day event to celebrate the harvest. Azusa had previously distanced herself from past dance festival, but having bonded with the others, wants to do something for the festival. During lunch at a cafe, Azusa gets inspiration from observing the strengths of others to run the coffee shop, the witch's house, on the eve of the festival. In preparation for the festival, Azusa and the others try their waitress uniforms, prepare the menu, set up the coffee shop, and distribute flyers to the Flata townsfolk. On the eve of the festival, seeing the long queue to their coffee shop, Azusa opens the coffee shop 1 hour early and starts serving the customers with the others. As the coffee shop gets busier throughout the day, Beelzebub, Vania and Fatla and even Pecora pitch in to help, and Slime Fighter, Ino and Cuckoo also visit the coffee shop. With their help, Azusa and the others manage to serve all the customers and close up shop. Azusa thanks the others for making the coffee shop a success before they take a break while she reflects on the events of the series. The next day, with the others wanting to visit the dance festival, Azusa decides to take the group to the dance festival on the night. Azusa gets a knock on the door, which she opens, greeting the person, which starts her day. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and tell me what anime I should do next in the comments. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button and turn the bell notification icon. See you next time.